Hi, good afternoon. My name is Lorena Tanori,
And I am Valeria Arroyo.
and we are from the school superintendent's office, Alfredo Velasquez. Today we will be talking to you about goals. So as we continue to navigate this new year, and we're entering this new year, we're often motivated to create new goals for ourselves, to change maybe old habits and create new ones. We're also motivated to learn new things, new skills. And so with that new year, we want to start fresh. But did you know that about 25% people that start with the set goal stop working on it on the first week? And about the sixth week after setting that goal, most people stop working at all towards that goal. So 60% of people after the sixth week will completely have either given up on that goal or stop working on that. So we might ask ourselves, why is it so hard for us to continue our goals, right? And the answer to that is change. Change is difficult. Change is hard for most of us. So when we think about change, there are changes that happen spontaneously. Sometimes maybe the circumstances will push us into that change even without us thinking or forcing us into it. So that's the spontaneous change. And then we also have that gradual change that allows us, gives us time, allows us to work with strategy as well as to be consistent with what we want to achieve. So things to consider as you guys, or as we look into what is this new goal that we have? What are these new habits that we want to change or add to our lives? Or even what is this new skill that we want to develop in ourselves? One important question is to consider is, what is it that we need to change in ourselves, or maybe what we want to be able to succeed in achieving those goals? So things to also consider would be with change comes stress. So change can be stressful, and that's just normal. That's part of it. So when you think about that stress that might be added as you're working towards your goal or that change that you want to see, help yourself in finding that support system that will help you or push you into motivating you. So whether it's friends, whether it's peers, whether it's family members, what is your support system that's going to help you to achieve that goal? The other thing also is visualize yourself. So what would it look like for you to achieve that goal? How would you feel about it once you have reached that main goal that you have for yourself? Think about that too. The other part as well is make your change or your goal public. When we make our goal or our change public, it creates for a change in commitment. So we're also committing ourselves with others into this new goal or change. And one of the most important questions that we might consider is, what is the intention behind that change? Why are you doing it? For what? So when we find purpose in our goals or in our change, it'll help us and motivates us a little bit more. Valeria will talk to you a little bit about
What examples?
Examples
Of goals. Usually we might think we want to make a change, but a lot of times we don't know what kind of change to make or what goal is it exactly that we want to do. I also recommend start implementing goals with your middle schooler or high school child. That way they can start getting into that habit as well and seeing, where they kind of stop and where, to learn that they can actually finish something as they get older. Some examples that I have here for your middle schooler or your high school is setting goals on how to learn how to do time management, improve their organization. Obviously, our teenagers are not really good at that, so maybe we can tell them to start setting that as a new habit, a new goal. as well as raising their grades or their GPA, whatever they're trying to work on, as well as looking into different colleges, universities, and set that as a goal to start applying to, the school that they actually want to go to after high school, joining a sport or learning to do a new after school activity, or even learning a new life skill, such as learning how to cook, how to save money, how to even do an oil change on their car. And for us adults, usually a lot of us tend to do the usual, right? To try to eat healthier or lose weight. But another example of goals that we can do is, pay off a credit card, save X amount of money, drinking more water, because a lot of us tend not to do that at times, or even open a savings account, running a marathon. There's just so many, but these are a couple of examples that are out there to just get you started in thinking which one you would like to do, and challenge yourself. How Lorena was saying, a lot of times we tend to give up. Right. We usually say, this is hard, I'm not seeing the results. So I recommend for people to do a plan, and the plan, I usually call it a visual plan. That visual plan, I feel like once you see it, it's a constant reminder that you can actually achieve the goal. Because usually we just say it, we're just like, okay, I did it, this is getting hard. But with the visual plan, I suggest to include in the visual plan is write down the goal. What is it exactly that you're trying to achieve? Set a deadline as well. That actually kind of helps seeing, the progress that is being made. And then what you're going to need to have or do to be able to achieve that goal. You may also want to use templates. There's a lot of different goal setting templates online. You can just Google them or even on Pinterest. That helps you. But there is one template that is very popular, and it's called a SMART. It's a SMART goal. It's called SMART because the letter S means, just be specific about the goal. And then the M, measurable, A, achievable, R, relevant, and T, timely. You can also put down on your template the goal, like, if you're saving money, like how much is it that you're trying to save? Let's say you're trying to save $200 by the end of the month. You would want to put like, okay, I'm going to try to divide those $200 in 2 weeks. So my goal is to save $100 and so forth. That way you have an idea like, okay, this is how much I need to save. And even though, let's say, you can't save those $100, you can move the deadline even further. That way it doesn't seem like you're not able to achieve it. That way you can see like, oh, well, I got started. This is my result. It means that I'm getting closer to where I want to be. And also make positive notes to remind yourself that you are able to do this. A lot, we mentioned earlier, a lot of people tend to give up. Try to put little post notes around your house and like say, oh, I got this. Don't give up. Positive notes to yourself that will help you and that is relevant to that goal that you're trying to reach.
Yeah, so be kind to yourself. Our expectations also can be extremely high, so that will add to the stress, right? Especially if you're not seeing that change right away. But be kind to yourself, and if there are bumps on the road, which we do stumble across, which it's normal, but don't be discouraged. Continue trying, continue working on it. Every day it's a new opportunity to change and to be able to start all over.
Yes. Never, just don't say, oh my God, I messed up. Continue doing it because, again, it takes time.
It does.
To get into that new habit.
Right. Yes. So we want to wish you luck with these new goals and, continue to persevere. It's important. So thank you for your time and we'll see you soon.